Thursday. The day of this week that I was absent. I don't know when was it. I think was the Tuesday.
This week was Tuesday. Yeah.
Ah, yes,
Mm.
that was because I had an episode with my blood pressure.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it was so high. I don't know, like 170, una cosa.
Wow. Randomly, like that happens usually with you?
No. I think it was because a lot of pressure in the job.
Sure.
So I need to
Wow.
rest more.
Yeah, you need to relax. Wow. Okay. Well, that's it. That's the thing. That's the first activity in the morning. You know, I will try to not make it difficult for you, but I don't promise anything. Eh? So.
Don't worry. That's my issue.
Exactly. Very good. Okay, so yesterday was supposed to be this weekly joke class, but unfortunately we couldn't have it, and I really want to go on with the next part. So I'm gonna pass you the video that we are going to build during the next topic, the next theoretical topic, because now we are going to start building complex sentences and we are going to start building more complex structures that can make a difference between formal and informal speech. Okay, the one of the abilities that an intermediate and upper intermediate and advanced speaker have is to distinguish the difference between formal and informal speech. So this is what we are going to practice during the following weeks. How to use conjunctions in a way that helps, and how to use some uh, some conditionals. Some conditionals that can actually help speak better. Some modals that we don't usually use that are used in a formal setting, right? And then you are going to tell me, and you're going to evaluate when these are important, when it's necessary to use these structures or not, if you are going to use this vocabulary or not, etc. So that's going to be the mission that we're going to do. But first, we're gonna go through the video of the week, right? The video is titled "How Amazon Delivers on One-Day Shipping," right? What's a one-day shipping? What do you understand by one-day shipping?
You order today and the product is delivered tomorrow.
Precisely, right? Have you ever ordered anything on Amazon?
I think I think in a daily way.
Daily. Why?
Well, not precisely, but I think two 2 days a week. I think.
Very often. And how? Wow. What do you order?
Um, uh, more frequently, books. I think is the most frequent item.
Okay.
Um, uh, Additionally, clothes. No clothes. No. What is clothes? I need ropa.
Clothes.
Clothes, right?
These are clothes. Yeah.
um, and I think in general, I think every item that I maybe can you can buy in Walmart, for example. I look at first in Amazon.
So before going grocery shopping, you browse Amazon.
Yes, if it is available, I prefer Amazon.
Wow. So they deliver your groceries.
Many times yes, or item for for my home, any need of my home. I look first there.
Wow, that's amazing. And what do you think about Mercado Libre?
Uh, I I don't have uh confidence in Mercado Libre. Uh,
Wow,
uh,
what?
at least previously, uh, in these last times, I have bought items, for example, for my car there,
Mm-hmm.
particularly from pieces which are difficult to find, and I hadn't had issues buying there, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Amazon is strongest. Strongest.
Uh-huh. Stronger.
Stronger. Yes, sorry.
Stronger. Uh-huh. Very interesting. That's so so interesting because I think the total opposite. I of course I trust Amazon, but I think it's more difficult to use. I think it's like Mercado Libre is much easier and very. I have seen that more products are in the 1 day shipping mode. You know what I mean? Than in Amazon because in Amazon Prime you need to wait. Even though you are Prime, sometimes you need to wait a couple of days, 2 or 3 days for the delivery.
Yes, yes. If the item that you are requesting is are imported, yes,
Aha,
it's
exactly.
difficult, or maybe I don't know, impossible to have one shipping deliver.
Hmm. But you are right. You are right. It removes uh, all the difficulties of buying abroad. No, buying across borders. That's definitely something very very positive from Amazon.
Yes, and in my case, the books that I need
Hmm.
are impossible to buy here in Mexico.
Hmm.
There, there is no one of them. So the only possibility is to buy in Amazon,
Hmm.
maybe with a provider there in US or on other one in India.
Sure, definitely. Hmm. That's very very interesting. Okay, now let's talk to Sophie. I know that Sophie is a shopaholic, but you're a shopaholic of a classic mall. You like to have the product in front of you, or do you buy online a lot?
Yes, I like to buy online too, but
How often?
maybe I don't use Amazon as much as Luis, but
Hmm.
yeah, I definitely use Amazon. In my case, also I prefer Amazon than Mercado Libre, but
Really? Oh.
uh, for example, my brother it's the opposite. He
Hmm.
prefer Mercado Libre than Amazon.
Why do you think is that?
I don't know. I in my case I prefer Amazon because I am more familiar with the app. You know, I really know how to use Amazon app
How to use?
and how to use. Yes. And also for me it's easier to search in Amazon and
Hmm.
that's it. All my credit card and everything is actually there. And in
Hmm.
Mercado Libre, I don't have the app, so
Hmm.
I have to go to the internet page, and
Ah, the
it's
website.
that's the reason. Yeah. But I know that, well, for me both are good. I know that Mercado
Definitely.
Libre is also a really good app. It's everything okay. Every time we have asked for something,
Mhm.
it's okay. We never have any problem.
Definitely. Have
Mhm.
you bought similar as Louis is saying? Have you bought groceries there?
Grocery? Oh,
Yeah, grocery.
no, no. Just normally in Amazon, I used to buy books.
Oh,
A
cool.
lot of
Okay.
Yes, a lot of books. Many of my books are from Amazon, and things for my pets. things like that, because for example, clothes, I never,
Mhm.
never I have never bought clothes or shoes or tennis or something like that. Never.
That was my exactly. I have a problem. I have an issue with buying clothes online. I don't know
Mhm.
how Luis does that. I really can't.
Yeah.
I had the same issue before, but with the pandemic, I experimented
Uh-huh.
and used the what is the word for the size of your clothes? I don't know what is the word.
The size of your clothes?
Yes, for example, what is the word to say that a clothes is medium, large,
The word is
small
size.
size? Ah, okay.
Mhm.
Yes. So they are size guide
Mhm. Ah, yes, the size guides.
with your
Oh, yes.
chest and yes, I think it's easy when you um when you follow the guide and
Mhm.
you find interesting discounts
Hmm.
for shoes for I don't know for example yeah what can a sweater for example
Yeah.
in Liverpool is I don't know maybe uh 1000 uh, 1500 and
1,500.
maybe in Amazon is 200 pesos.
Less.
Yeah,
Exactly. Well, that part is definitely right, and probably it is the either it is the same product or it's a very similar piece of clothing. No.
no, and it is exactly the same product.
Okay.
And
Interesting.
with this also happened, for example, with um uh, gloves, for example,
Hmm. Hmm.
huh, the same.
Well, to be honest, yeah, you made a very interesting comparison because I personally hate Liverpool in at all the levels. Like they have the worst service nowadays. I mean, it was probably the best some years ago, but today you can really notice that all the prices in Liverpool are totally inflated. Like all the prices in every single product are over the price that they're supposed to be. So that will be a difficult comparison.
Yes, yes. Many times I prefer to go directly to the store of the brand
Definitely.
instead of going Liverpool.
Yes, 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 yes. I have some family that they love to buy there because of the credit card. The department store credit card gives them a lot of facilities, a lot of easy ways to buy. But at the end, you're getting an easy way to buy for a very expensive product. And you can get it in a better place, no, in a better cost.
Yes, I think in that buying Liverpool is more a question of or a kind of status of your bag.
Mhm. Definitely, definitely, because you're paying the same, well, more for the same product,
Yes,
much more, and they are very good products. They have the very good products, but as you say, they are in Amazon too.
yes,
So, mhm.
yes. Before pandemic, I was a frequent client of Liverpool, but during pandemic, this changed before to Amazon.
Wow, and you even saved money,
Yes,
no?
also many times I go to Liverpool, but first I
Sure,
look in Amazon.
sure, sure, sure. Like, who doesn't like to go for a little candy, no?
Yeah.
I really like the candy section in Liverpool.
Yes,
Yes.
good.
Yeah, that's the thing. But that's the thing. Okay, the video is about Amazon, the way it works, and I have always been fascinated by how they deliver the product at the next day. You know, that was totally unheard of. Let me give you a new adjective that you can use on the dictionary. The word is unheard of. Do you remember that this adjective? Help me with the definition. Victor, now that he's here, let's help me
Yes,
with
teacher.
this. Hello, man.
Hello, teacher. Unheard of adjective that has never been known or done. Very unusual.
Right.
Yes. He dyed his hair, which was almost unheard of in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
It is almost unheard of for a new band to be offered such a deal. At that time, it was completely unheard of for girls to go to university. He was sentenced to he yes hitherto
Hi there
hither-
too. Wait. I don't know this word. Heather.
hitherto.
Hitherto until now.
Okay.
Okay.
He was sentenced to hitherto unheard of 7 life terms in prison.
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 What do you understand on the word unheard of?
Is something very strange and maybe
Exactly.
the first time that we don't.
Good. Good. Right. This is a pretty advanced description. There is no level indicated here, but this word is very common when you are talking about well, in native English, in very native English. And what is unheard of, what was unheard of before Mercado Libre and before Amazon, was to get your package delivered in a day. That is something that is so modern and so almost for the companies that exist, it's even impossible to do it correctly sometimes. They say that Mercado Libre, for example, has been working in red numbers for the last 2 or 3 years in order to keep the promise to the customer that they are going to deliver in one day, in less than 24 hours. And it's crazy how they are so committed to the customer to keep the promise like that. And they continue like that. I am so impressed. Mathematically, financially, it's impossible to survive like that. You need to keep the people buying and buying and buying and buying so you can sustain the company. And then when you see commercials of Amazon, commercials of Mercado Libre on the internet, on television, etc., then you see like, wow, they are actually having too much commitment to the customer. They are impressive machines of delivery, because that was impossible 10 years ago, right? How long did you need to wait to receive a letter? How long did you need to wait to receive a package before Amazon? Do you remember anything of that?
Yes, and I have to for if you buy something with other company and this company uses standard mail, the Pomex, for example, you need to wait at least 1 month.
You need to wait even more. Definitely. Yeah,
And
no, it was.
with Alibaba, no, there is a Chinese company. I don't remember the name. I think
Yeah,
it's
there is Alibaba, or there is.
yes,
Yes, is that one?
yes. I think it's Alibaba. If you check, you may you find many interesting items.
Mm.
Will reduce cost, but you need to wait 1 month or something like this because they use the Pomex. No?
Oof, what an issue. Because yeah, that's the only service. If they need to pay a private service or private logistics, the delivery costs go up. But at the end, like, yes, the Mexican public delivery service is also a massive issue, and sometimes you need to pay them an extra cost that nobody tells you. It's a big issue.
Yes, I think it's not so efficient.
Exactly. So I think we need to appreciate these kind of services and how they do that. I mean, if you we for us it's very normal now to see that the delivery is at the next day. But to be honest, that is not a normal thing, that is something that never happens. I ordered my new glasses on last Friday. They told me explicitly 10 days, okay? You're going to wait 10 days to deliver. And I know that it's 10 days, and I am so anxious in this moment. You have no idea how anxious I am to receive the package. But this is conditioned. This is completely Pavlov conditioning that has happened recently. You know what I mean? This is totally new, and we need to control ourselves. But anyway, the video is about that. The video is giving us an idea of how it works, where it goes, the operation, and this is what we are going to study this week. So let's talk about that. Let's extract vocabulary and pay attention. 1, 2, 3, go.
Before Prime launched in 2005, one-day shipping was an exorbitant luxury. Now it's the standard shipping speed for Amazon's 100 million Prime members. Earlier this year, Amazon doubled the speed of Prime shipping from 2 days to 1, and the faster speed is now available on more than 10 million products.
Prime One Day is basically going to A, keep up with the brick and mortar guys, and B, enhance Prime.
Amazon has changed the game completely. So what they excel at is getting an object from a creator to a consumer as flawlessly as they can and as quickly as they can. So Amazon is changing people's expectations, and they're perpetually improving those expectations.
But behind every Amazon box, there are lots of people hustling and a lot of money spent to get it to you in just one day. Here's what happens when you buy a Prime-eligible item on Amazon.com. Amazon spends tens of billions on shipping every year. In just the last quarter of 2018, Amazon's shipping costs jumped 23%, reaching a record $9 billion.
So why is it worth it?
Well, customers come to expect consistent, fast delivery of anything on Earth from Amazon, and our job is to continue to make that happen.
And Amazon set aside $800 million just in the second quarter of 2019 to start making one-day shipping the norm.
Most of that investment is going towards the infrastructure and transportation costs associated with speeding up delivery to the millions of Prime customers who are about to begin to experience one day as the new normal.
The difference with e-commerce is the costs never end. The pick, pack, and ship happens every time a unit is sent out.
To better control this process and its large cost, Amazon is cutting down its reliance on UPS and the U.S. Postal Service and is investing heavily in its own logistics network. It now handles the shipping for 26% of online orders. Amazon now has at least 50 airplanes, 300 semi-trucks, 20,000 delivery vans, and it operates ocean freight services between the US and China.
Amazon is looking to do it all. That shouldn't be much of a surprise. The only thing that matters to Amazon is making sure the customer is happy and is paying for Prime every year or every month. What that means is sometimes you can rely on partners, but you want to make sure that you have it in your pocket if that's not the case.
Other big retailers are also spending a lot to keep up with the fast shipping expectations Amazon has created.
Walmart is rolling out free next-day shipping with orders of $35 or more starting today.
And Target offers free 2-day shipping on orders over $35. And during Amazon's big Prime Day sales event, July 15th and 16th, eBay plans to hold a crash sale offering 80% off big-ticket items.
Amazon's 25 years old. The reality is that's a really short time to be around to have become the #1 player. So can anyone compete? Sure, people can compete. Can they sustainably compete is the harder question. I don't think we've seen it yet.
The journey a package takes to your door starts before you even place the order. Most items on Amazon are sold directly to you by a third party. In Jeff Bezos' letter to shareholders in April 2019, he said third-party sales have grown from 3% of total merchandise sales in 1999 to 58% in 2018. Amazon charges those sellers a fee to list items on Amazon.com, starting around 15% of the item's selling price. Amazon also sells things directly. In some cases, Amazon buys inventory from a third party and then sells it to consumers. Other items are Amazon's own brands, such as Amazon Basics, Amazon Essentials, fashion lines like Lark and Row, and Alexa devices like the Echo. All items sold directly by Amazon are already sitting in an Amazon warehouse waiting to be ordered and shipped. Most third-party items fulfilled by Amazon are also already waiting at an Amazon warehouse, while others are sent directly from the seller or to an Amazon warehouse once you hit that place order button. Amazon does not disclose the details of its inventory strategy.
Figuring out where a product sits before you buy it is a phenomenal mystery. It's something that every reseller would love to know, and figuring out the code that is Amazon has been part of that hard process.
After an item is ordered and ready at one of Amazon's 175 fulfillment centers around the globe, it's picked, packaged, and shipped by some of its 250,000 warehouse workers, often with help from one of its 100,000 robots.
It's essentially an amusement park for a box. There's conveyor belts that go around, there's slides, it looks like a lot of fun. But the question is, how much is automated versus how much is manual labor? And that suite, blending that, figuring out how to have the least human touch points while ensuring the best quality control, is that perpetual conversation.
We visited a fulfillment center outside Seattle, where 2,000 workers prepare packages on a couple million square feet of floor space. Workers here showed us the process of getting an item from the shelves to a box.
We scan the item and make sure that that item is what matches what's in our hand, that's on the screen, and then we stow it into a bin. And then there's cameras here that take pictures of where our hands go, of where we place the item.
I am a picker, so I pick product that will end up going down to the packing department, and then they pack it out and send it to our customers.
And I need to put it into a box. It actually tells me what type of box it is. Tape. Put the item in there. Scan a spool. Drop it down the line.
Amazon says its 100,000 robots inside the fulfillment centers help make this whole process more efficient. In 2012, Amazon bought robotics company Kiva for $775 million and started using robots in its fulfillment centers a couple years later. Now, there's driving robots that move inventory around, robotic arms that lift boxes and pallets, and even a new robot that can package items in custom-sized boxes.
If it wasn't for them, then I'd have to walk, and I'd much rather be up here in my own little world picking than walking up and down. So I love the robotics.
As technology continues to change how fulfillment centers function, Amazon just announced it will spend $700 million to retrain a third of its U.S. workforce by 2025 to move them to more advanced jobs. After an order leaves the fulfillment center, it has to get across the country or world to another warehouse in your region. Some boxes are sent via one of the shipping giants, but Amazon is cutting costs by sending packages in at least 300 of its own semi-trucks, and now dozens of its own planes.
We've been building out an air network for a number of years now. That coupled with our partners' networks, we're in a place we have a lot of incremental capacity to be able to advance packages for customers much faster than we were 2 or 3 years ago.
Amazon broke ground on a new $1.5 billion air hub in northern Kentucky in May. It has capacity for 100 planes.
One of the great things about customers all over the world, they are divinely discontent. You give them the best service you can, they love it, but they always want a little bit more. We're going to move Prime from 2-day to 1-day, and this hub is a big part of that.
After an item arrives near your city, it waits in another warehouse like this one for a delivery person to pick it up and take it that last mile to your door.
We've been building for over 20 years to support this network that's eventually just constantly getting faster, and we knew would begin to migrate to a one-day service. The big difference for us is all about how we get product from our fulfillment center to that last mile location.
Last mile is the most expensive part of the delivery process. Until an item arrives at a warehouse near your home, it can be shipped in bulk. But then each package needs to be hand-delivered to a different address, which takes a lot of people and a lot of time. Amazon pays to outsource much of last-mile delivery to carriers like UPS and USPS, which charge a fee. And those fees just went up. In January, the post office increased its last-mile shipping rate by 9 to 12%, depending on package size. The more Amazon can keep last-mile delivery in-house, the more it can control these costs. To do that, Amazon uses small business partners, some delivering out of 20,000 Amazon vans. And in 2015, it launched Amazon Flex.
I've been driving for Amazon Flex roughly since 2016, on and off. I'd say at least 2 solid years.
Amazon Flex is available in about 50 U.S. cities. Anyone over 21 with a driver's license, auto insurance, and at least a midsize sedan can sign up. After clearing a basic background check, drivers in areas with open spots can start picking up and delivering packages. Drivers use the Flex app to sign up for a block, which ranges from 3 to 6 hours. Then they head to a warehouse where they find out how many boxes they've been assigned to deliver in that time frame. Amazon advertises that drivers make $18 to $25 an hour, and they're responsible for their own vehicle costs, like gas, tolls, and maintenance. Amazon wouldn't disclose how many drivers have signed up, or what percentage of its last-mile deliveries are made by Flex drivers compared to its shipping partners. But it did tell us their last-mile delivery programs are expanding.
We've built out these small businesses as the delivery service providers, and we have Flex, which is our on-demand crowdsourced delivery piece. So we need all of that to meet the various types of delivery we do in each of our geographies, and I think you're going to see expansion on all fronts there.
Amazon has one unusual approach to increase its number of small business partners helping with last mile. Amazon says it will contribute as much as $10,000 if full-time employees want to leave the company and start their own package delivery services.
The early response is great. It allows us to complement the capacity that we have with our great carrier partners. It's great for some of our employees who don't want to do the same thing that they've been doing in the warehouse for 5 or 10 years. They want to, learn some new skills, and over 16,000 employees have already taken us up on this one.
Amazon is also looking at several high-tech solutions to streamline last-mile delivery. In June, Amazon announced its new autonomous delivery drone will be operating within months, and it has a 1-year FAA permit to test them.
We're building fully electric drones that can fly up to 15 miles and deliver packages under 5 pounds to customers in under 30 minutes.
Amazon also has patents out for a giant flying warehouse and drones that can react to flailing hands and screaming voices. And it's even testing a sidewalk robot called Scout to bring packages right to your door. All these steps are an incredible challenge to pull off. In recent years, Amazon has faced an onslaught of negative press about working conditions at every step of the process. We spoke to several workers about their concerns.
Working conditions at Amazon are dangerous and that's systemic. I've worked in 5 different buildings in 3 different states from coast to coast, and it's the same everywhere.
It might not be outright exploitation, but it is almost like a disposable workforce.
It's been so pervasive that many of the pilots, in fact, most of the pilots at our airlines are actively seeking employment elsewhere.
Last year, Amazon raised the minimum wage to $15 for all its 350,000 U.S. employees, more than double the federal minimum wage of $7.25. In his annual letter to shareholders, owner Jeff Bezos challenged other top retail companies to match this. And Amazon offers generous benefits.
I needed my medical insurance. That's what's essentially kept me at Amazon.
But some workers, most who asked to remain anonymous, told us Amazon expects them to keep up a fast, often unreasonable pace.
They say that they care about their employees and quality, but no, it's really just about numbers. You have to make not only a certain rate, but you can't accrue more than 30 minutes of time off task per day, otherwise you get written up. Usually most buildings are at least 1 million square feet. You could be walking 3 to 5 minutes each way to go to bathroom. So if you went to the bathroom twice, you could easily use up that 30 minutes. So a lot of people don't go to bathroom.
CNBC was connected to Fuller through the Retail, Wholesale, and Department Store Union, although he's not a union member. We asked Amazon about the working conditions in fulfillment centers.
We have world-class facilities. We have restrooms all over this place. We have break rooms. We have TVs. Anybody who's watching who, don't take my word for it, please come take a tour and see for yourself. I'll put us up against anybody any day.
Do you feel like the pace that workers are asked to work at is reasonable?
Well, the way we look at productivity rates, so just like anyone, we have expectations in every job. My job has expectations. Your job has expectations. The way we set the rates and the processes are based on actual performance. And the overwhelming majority of employees are able to meet those expectations.
Warehouse workers told us their productivity is closely tracked based on how often they scan a package. Workers told us they can get written up if they don't meet certain metrics. Amazon also has patents for a GPS-enabled wristband that could track workers' movements and breaks.
I think too often people look at that technology and sort of debate, is this Big Brother tracking an employee or something to that effect? And really almost all the time you look at these wearables or other types of things like that, they're usually some form of safety device.
Workers can lose their jobs if they don't work fast enough. At one warehouse in Baltimore, The Verge reported that Amazon terminated 300 full-time associates in a one-year period between 2017 and 2018 for inefficiency. Amazon said in a statement that the number of employee terminations have decreased over the last 2 years at our Baltimore facility, as well as across North America.
Amazon workers are under attack! What do we do? Stand up, fight back!
There have been several protests in the last few years around the world where Amazon workers have demanded better working conditions.
In orientation, they talked about safety. That was the number one thing, safety. And you get there, and that's forgotten.
In the UK, ambulances were called to Amazon warehouses 600 times from 2015 to 2018. In April, the National Council for Occupational Safety and Health identified Amazon as one of a dirty dozen companies, citing 6 deaths in 7 months and 13 deaths since 2013. But Amazon says that last year alone, it spent $55 million in safety improvements at fulfillment centers, and its employees got 1 million hours of safety training.
As Amazon increases the shipping speed, can they also increase conditions to be more fair, equitable, and sustainable as far as safety goes?
Well, I'm incredibly proud of the safety record of our sites and the focus of our leadership team on safety. Any incident is one too many, and anytime something happens, our teams come together and figure out what happened, get to the root cause, and try to eliminate anything from occurring again in the future.
Amazon Air is another area where growth in the program has led to challenges. Amazon-branded planes are flown by contract pilots from Atlas Air, ABX, and Southern Air. These airlines negotiate contracts with the pilots. And 5 of these pilots told us working conditions have deteriorated since their airlines started flying for Amazon.
As a result of Amazon being such a large company, they have the ability to put a very strong pressure on our companies and have them drive down our pay and working conditions as pilots.
Dan Wells heads up the union that represents these pilots. They protested outside Amazon's annual shareholder meeting in May. They also spoke out in April against poor working conditions and low pay near the new Amazon Air Hub.
We have a hard time maintaining enough qualified pilots. There's a tremendous amount of turnover at these carriers, which in net reduces experience and creates a lot of stress on things, a lot of frustration, which certainly distracts people from their duties as pilots.
In February, an Amazon airplane operated by Atlas Air crashed near Houston, killing all 3 pilots aboard. The cause of the crash is under investigation, with initial National Transportation Safety Board findings showing the pilots may have lost control of the plane. In interviews with Business Insider weeks before, several Amazon Air pilots said they thought an accident was inevitable. They cited low wages that made it difficult to attract experienced pilots, training they considered shoddy, fatigue, and poor morale.
Pilots that are working for Amazon's contractors are overwrought with schedules and scheduling changes and constant training. All of those things have added to greatly increasing the risk in the cargo system that we fly in.
In a statement, Amazon said, all of our airline delivery providers must comply with the Amazon Supplier Code of Conduct and Federal Aviation Administration regulations. We take seriously any allegation that a delivery provider is not meeting those requirements and expectations and review accordingly. Workers bringing packages that last mile to your door also told us safety is a concern. One reason, Amazon doesn't provide flex drivers with any branded clothing to identify them.
I'm pulling up to this house and I get to the front door and this guy just comes running out like, hey, what are you doing? And he's talking so fast. And I was thinking, I'm in Connecticut, I'm a Puerto Rican guy in a white guy's yard. And what about he comes out, just shoots me in the face without asking questions. That was my fear.
After another delivery where he says a customer let his German Shepherd charge at him, Jonathan paid $45 out of his own pocket for a custom sweater on Etsy.
I think Amazon, the least they could do is give us something that would make it a little bit safer and make us more visible when we're out there delivering.
I've gotten a lot of mean glares from people because they're like, who is this guy? He's just in front of my driveway, or he's parked in front of my house. He's just wearing a yellow vest. You don't even have to wear that vest. It's just, I do it because at least I look less suspicious.
In a statement, Amazon said they are welcome to wear the safety vests that we have available for them in the delivery stations while they're on their route, which can help customers identify Flex participants. And some drivers told us the way the Flex app works encourages distracted driving because it requires drivers to manually tap refresh to secure their next assignment.
If you want to get blocks, then you have to be tapping on that refresh button in the app pretty much constantly. But how do you do that while you're delivering? So it encourages people to do it while they're driving.
In a statement, Amazon says safety is our top priority and we are proud of our safe driving record. We regularly communicate a variety of safety topics, including loading and driving practices, with drivers. Amazon Flex participants can also sign up for delivery blocks up to a week in advance through the Amazon Flex app. Amazon is working to ease the burden on its delivery drivers and save money with high-tech solutions like those drones and Scout sidewalk robots. And its fulfillment centers are becoming more automated too.
Our focus on automation has really been begin in automation in the places that can be most beneficial to the workforce, remove the most tedious task, remove the heaviest lifting task, whether that be lifting large containers or bringing the inventory to the associates so they don't have to walk through Earth's most massive selection in order to find the thing they're looking for.
But for now, Amazon still relies on people to bring us our packages in just one day. And with expectations for rapid delivery only growing, Amazon will need to continue innovating to make shipping even faster.
We will see shipping speeds increase every day. The announcement that Amazon is going to one day is ironic because in certain regions, we have it in an hour already. That's not going to stop. And what's absolutely critical is any company that sticks their head in the sand, even if it's Amazon, will see the competition pass them by. That's the one guarantee we have in retail.
Okay, what do you understand? Let's start with Victor. Let's begin with you, man. What do you understand here? I really want to check some vocabulary with you.
Yes.
But I want to know what you know.
It's a large video.
Long.
A long
video.
But talks about how Amazon can do his shipping in one day.
They are shipping, because if you say his, you assume that Amazon is a man.
Yes. They shipping in one day.
They're shipping in one day, right?
The video talks about some points. I think that it was 4 points about the shipping of Amazon. And before the orders, the fulfillment method, long distance, working conditions, something like that.
Working conditions.
But talks about that, for example, on the last point of working conditions, the video said that some of the workers of Amazon don't like the working conditions.
Yes.
For example, the pilots. The video said that some pilots want to be on strike because of the working conditions, and also have a news about an accident of on an airplane.
Right.
That maybe was because the experience and the conditions of the pilots.
That's very important.
Another example is about the drivers of Amazon that don't have the special clothes in order to pick in the package.
Yeah, how did that affect them?
Because they can do well his work, or they can do in great conditions his work, their work.
They can do in great conditions their work. How? What do you mean?
They don't like to be in that clothes. They also prefer use another kind of clothes.
Okay, that part was not really clear then.
Yes.
Yeah, that part was the importance of what's the name, the importance of uniform,
Yes.
because that part is going to be I suggest you play that part again. I'm gonna send you the video later so you can have it with you, and you're gonna see how difficult it is for them, because even though Amazon has great benefits for the workers, they don't give you a uniform.
Yes.
So then imagine you are delivering a package in your everyday clothes, so you will expect a person to have some sort of identification. No, if you see a random person in front of your house, you will get worried. No.
Yes. Of course.
So that will be super super strange for everyone, and it's impressive how Amazon doesn't consider that. Like in the picture we can see a person with a blue shirt, right? But there's no logo anywhere, so it's very strange.
Yes.
No, that's very very strange. And what else? What else did you understand?
For example, also talks about how Amazon want to save money
Yeah,
in his process.
in their process.
Yes, in the process.
Yes.
Using technology.
Totally.
For example, drones and robots to delivery. But and also on the what's the name? The fulfillment store or the fulfillment warehouse, where the
Fulfillment? What do you mean fulfillment?
fulfillment, sorry.
Fulfillment.
Yes, the fulfillment warehouse. They also have robots in order
Yes.
to help the people that work there.
Inside the warehouse. No.
Yes, the fulfillment center.
Mm-hmm.
In that place, there are workers that are named the pickers, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And there are also robots that help the pickers to do their work.
Which is super interesting. That part is how much technology they are creating to keep the promise. No, that's
Yes.
something that I think is great.
Yes.
Very good. Very, very good. Okay, let's pass now to Luis. Luis, what else can you add to what Victor said? What did you understand concerning the video?
Luis is absent.
Luis is absent. No. Come back.
Luis is here.
Okay.
I think one of the thing that was interesting. Everything was interesting, but in particular, I think one thing took my attention. Or how could I say, call my attention? Or what is better?
The collocation is with the verb catch.
Catch.
Present catch, past caught.
Caught my attention. Okay, thank you. To my attention, the innovation of Amazon in the delivery system. I think this is one of the pieces for the success of the company. And I think I don't know what is the church of this person, but they say that it is necessary that you know beforehand where is the item that your customers will need.
Okay.
So they try to predict the product that they will be selling.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And they say that this recipe, the the system or the algorithm that they uses it's a company secret.
Sure.
Because with this help a lot to be one step before. And if you add this I don't know, this method with the technology, with the machines, with the people, and the constant innovation. For example, the robot that was going on the street, on the sidewalk, delivering items. I think this helps a lot to be in the with the market share that they have.
Totally.
This is a part, but we cannot omit the job condition, that they mentioned. And I don't know, for example, with this last thing that you were talking about the uniform. I don't know. I suppose this is not in the video, but I suppose that this could be for two reasons. The first one is to save cost, because they have a lot of people working around the world, and I think many of these people, what I have seen is that these people are out of the company. So, for example, maybe you are I don't know, an office worker. I don't know, and at the end of the day, maybe you have extra time, and you use your particular car as a
delivery car.
As part of the delivery system. So maybe in the road that you go to home, you are delivering items, and you go to home and you have an extra budget, an extra money. So this people is a lot of people, and precisely because they are not of the company, they cannot have a uniform, I think.
Because they are not directly hired.
Yes, it's only it's a kind of concession, a kind of concession or something like this.
Right, exactly. Which is very interesting, because that's the way Uber works. But it was very interesting to see how drivers belong to a company without a real contract. So it's like a very strange way to manage people in the working force.
Yeah, was something. This helps a lot to say, for example, taxes.
Oof, that's debatable. That's very difficult to speak about exactly.
And I think it's a kind of a strategy, for example, that people who like Salinas Pliego followed.
What is it?
Yes, for example, I was talking about this with someone in human resources in Grupo Salinas.
Okay.
And this person was telling me that when the law changes arrived to Mexico about the condition, they create a lot of different companies.
Okay.
And these companies work for example, the human resources area is a particular company. Technology is other company. So every piece of the company is a different company and works for each other. So yes, the total group of companies produce a lot of money, but each one alone produce just a little bit.
It's a chain. It's a chain of like one company depends on the other.
Yes.
While through the process of selling and buying and getting getting the services to each
Yes,
other.
and maybe you think I'm working in Grupo Salinas, so Grupo Salinas produces a lot of money. So me as a worker, I would have high benefits. I don't know, maybe I don't know if in English exists a word for this utilidades. No, I don't know if
They are called. No, they are called. Let me check because
maybe something
this
of
is a
that.
very Mexican law.
laws, no?
Exactly.
I don't know, benefits. I don't know, maybe it's a benefits.
You can use the word operative bonus.
That's the bonus, bonuses.
Operative bonus.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be the thing. No. Operating profit.
Operating profit. Okay.
Profit. That's the name.
Okay. So maybe you would be expecting to have operating extra operating profits due to the size of the company, but that is not true because it's not just one company.
Yes, and that has been a massive issue with many companies that don't give this bonus according to the Mexican law, because the owners say directly, well, we don't you cannot receive this type of bonus because we don't make this bonus. The one that makes the bonus is the neighbor.
But the most funny part of this history is that, in particular, in this group of companies, there is just one with a particular name. I forgot the name. But this company, it's a kind of administrative company or something like this.
Yes.
And in this company, there are only familiar members.
Family
members, yes, sorry, family members. And in particular, Salinas members. And friends. And this administrative family concentrate the money.
Wow. That's why they have. That's so harsh, because you're living off the profit that your workers are making. That's hard. That's why many people criticize him, right?
Yes, because he, for example, he only give the low benefits, for example, Infonavit or I don't know, the low benefits, or yes, until a particular salary with a limit. But above this limit, he compensates with bonuses, for example, no? But it's not the same.
Exactly. But I was hearing an interview with him, and he said something that sometimes we don't think about. I mean, I'm not defending him, right? I'm just looking at both sides. And from Salinas' side, he says, people don't see that I am the last part of a full chain of payments that I need to make. Like all the costs, including operative costs and production costs and paying the suppliers and getting other people to have the money, etc., takes from 70 to 90% of the money. I just get the final part of it. And sometimes it's not even nothing. So at a great scale, it looks like it's a lot of money because it's a lot of companies, and it's a very big group of companies. But at the end of the day, it's just from 1 to 10% of the money. you know.
Well, he was telling me that, for example, a director church, this kind of position doesn't have, for example, a low benefits anyone, no? Only your salary, but they compensate you with 6 months of salary bonus at the end of the year.
Okay.
So they find this attractive, and that's the reason why directors continue working there.
Of course, because at the end of the day, you need to keep a board happy.
Yes.
No.
And it's with direct money, but without paying taxes.
Jesus, that's so difficult.
And
that's so difficult.
This is the strategy that in a similar approach Amazon follows, because each of the what is the name of the people that is in the image?
Delivery guys.
The delivery guys apply the same model, no? Every delivery guys is a little company, no? With just one employee.
Very exactly a unit.
And Amazon is working with your company, and your working is only you.
That's the interesting part. That's why I was so interested to see the Amazon Flex logo that nobody knows. But the reason is, well, because they are working as an Amazon Flex representative. Participants, they call it. Did you see the vocabulary? It was Amazon Flex participants. It's not a worker. It's not an employee. It's not hired. It's a participant.
Yes, it's it's a service provider.
It's a service provider, and he's here because he wants to.
Yes,
that's how Uber works.
We can look for another provider, and he can look for another company.
That's crazy. That's totally crazy. And the reason they are there is why.
Because it's an easy money, no? And many of these people have a main job along the day, and this is only an extra. So,
and even it's not a second job. They are the first source of income for these people.
Yes, for example, in Uber Eats and yes.
Yes. The video explains. There was a point that says that Jeff Bezos explicitly said that, or explicitly challenged his competitors to give a higher salary to their workers, because he was giving explicit things about that. Let me show you this section. There was a point where he talks about here. Read this. Action, Victor, help me with this one.
Yes, today I challenge our top retail competitors. You know who you are. To match our employee benefits and our $50 million
$50.
$50 minimum wage.
Do you know what is a minimum wage?
The minimum that you can pay to your workers.
The salary. It's crazy how the minimum wage, if you work for Amazon, it doesn't matter what sector of Amazon you are, the minimum wage is much higher than the competitors and the government minimum wage. The minimum wage on the government is $7, and Amazon is paying you $15. So technically, you are earning very, very well by working in a very difficult company. That's what keep these people there. That plus health benefits, insurance, and they have very, very the video said very generous benefits.
But I think that this, for example, this these benefits are only applicable for direct workers, no? Or Amazon.
I mean, yes, but you can see this guy, the flex guys, and they work with that. I mean, that's what they do. Imagine just imagine a Mexican with no documents in the United States.
Yes.
That's a total income. They don't have a job. It's crazy. It's totally crazy.
Yeah, and even here in Mexico, no, maybe you don't have maybe they don't give you the law benefits, but it's an no present an easy money, no,
But it's with
but
cash.
it's in cash, is secure, no, constant or
constant,
an income. So maybe you need to choose between working here and I don't know, maybe in Aurrera or something like this, or in informal sector. Also, this is
What you're
better.
gonna do, right? Exactly. What a crazy thing. Well, all of that, all the exploitation keeps the promise of one-day delivery. You see my point now? It's like that's not normal. It's not normal to receive a purchase that you did today and you receive it tomorrow. That's just not normal. A lot of people are suffering thanks to receive your package in one day, you know? It's crazy.
And we are free shipping.
And free, that's exactly. Look at, just wait up 124 hours. It's free. Jesus Christ, it's totally crazy.
And this is other reason why Amazon is criticized.
Exactly.
A lot, because they say that small shops absorb this cost from the shipping.
No.
Not precisely Amazon. So they are these shops are in a trade-off. No? I am in Amazon and I increase my sales. Sales with maybe I wouldn't have because my name is not famous as Walmart or Sam's.
Sure.
No? So the only way is to be in a global delivery system, no? In a global supply chain. No?
Okay.
And Amazon receives you as a provider, but with certain conditions. No? And one of and something of these conditions are related to the shipping cost.
Wow. And they need to absorb that cost.
Yes, because they say, oh, okay, maybe from this item, maybe I would gain. No, gain.
Earn or gain.
Gain 20 pesos. No? But absorbing, I don't know, the delivery cost maybe is I don't know 14. No? But then yes, I lost 6 pesos, but if I wouldn't be in Amazon, this would be 0.
Wow. And then you prefer that's now that you mentioned that, I imagine so many vertices. Is that vertex, but it's also the vertex of the delivery man, and it's also the vertex of the airplanes. Like there's so many. That's why it's the biggest company today, because there are so many ways to make money with this company.
And for example, I have a friend that was telling me that in many cases Amazon even is not maybe it's only the selling platform. So for example, you Fernando contact Chinese what is the name? Fabric is
Supplier?
No. Yes, sorry. A factory, a Chinese factory.
Okay.
No. So this factory makes, I don't know, computer mouses. And you negotiate with this company and obtain a particular reduced price, and you buy a complete what is the name of these big boxes that are used in the ships for transport? Containers, yes. So you buy a complete containers of computer mouse.
Okay.
And you use Amazon to sell these mouses.
Okay.
And you pay to Amazon for use the platform. And even if you don't sell anything, Amazon obtain benefit from you.
Of course.
And
of
you
course,
absorb the risk.
Totally, exactly. Because you're posting your things in the platform. Yes.
So many items of there work with this schema.
Exactly. And there is another thing: the positioning of products in the front page and the first searches, the delivery. No, the results that you get when you search for a particular product, where your product is going to be positioned. That's the internal way to work. That's another story. It's just there's so many vertices in this company. That's why the video was too long, but that was just a small portion of the big problem. It's massive.
Yeah, because I think Amazon, it's a company, but I think
it's a monster. It's a monster. So interesting, guys. So interesting. Well, I'm gonna pass you this video, right? So you can study it, so you can pass it. And the next week, you are going to speak about one of these sections. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections in the video. You have to speak about one of them, right? And then we're going to take notes on how to improve. But of course, after the theory, we need to check the theory first, which is going to be tomorrow's topic, right? Let's keep it over here. I will see you tomorrow. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day, everyone.
Thank you.
You too, guys. See you later, guys.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.